Should matric learners be allowed to continue taking part in the so-called pants down parties? Why is the Congress of South African Students against the publishing of matric results on newspapers? What lessons can be learned from the ongoing court case probing the death of Limpopo learner Michael Komape? And what does the recently released Fees Commission report mean for students who cannot afford higher education? What time is it? It's question time. Khotsong Kurula Muraro. My name is Mpho. Yesterday marked the end of 2017 Matric Examinations. Learners were seen celebrating what they call pants down in various parts of the country. Some were tearing their school uniforms, while others were drinking alcohol. Some parents denounced this practice, though, saying these learners should rather donate their old uniforms to younger children, particularly those from poorer families. The end of the exams coincide with the court case where the family of the late Michael Komape is demanding compensation for his tragic death. The little boy died a few years ago in a pit toilet at a school in Limpopo. We are live, and therefore you can call us. And you've used the number to dial is 089-110-4210. And our Twitter handle at QuestionTime24. My guest today, Penuel Maduna, not the former minister, but the original chairperson of the Congress of South African Students here in Gauteng. Penuel, welcome to the show.
No, thanks for having us.
Well, it's always good talking to COSAs. Exams are done, and instead of, as parents, perhaps celebrating that, matriculants and other learners have finished writing their exams, there are complaints. The pants down parties. What is COSA's position there?
No, as COSAS we have been saying that we reject the practice of having pants down parties, because in those pants down parties, learners under the age of 18 consume alcohol, and there are some cases of learners who have been killed in pants down parties. Then we are saying that the government must make sure that tavern owners stop selling alcohol to learners. And we are saying that learners must stop this tendency of writing their school uniform, but should rather donate their school uniform to underprivileged learners. So as COSAS, we are calling on the banning of pants down parties, and we are calling on the government to be harsh on those who continue selling alcohol to underage learners.
Well, it's a culture that has been learned over years, and I suppose it's not just gonna be abruptly stopped. Where do we begin?
No, the problem is that when we attend school, we are told that we must attend school for 12 years, then after 12 years it's over. That's why learners after matric they decide to have pants down parties. But learners should rather be told that after matric it does not mean that we are done with school. You have to go to a tertiary institution, you have to find learnerships, you have to find bursaries. You must still use that pen. So it's pointless that you are saying pens down while you are supposed to use that pen in a workplace, while you are supposed to use that pen in a tertiary institution. So it's a culture that our LO teachers should teach us that we must not do pens down parties, but we must rather focus on planning our future.
Now, I think one of the questions that then emerges is that, okay, the examinations are done. Were they well written, or were they written under conducive conditions for learners?
No, we think that the government has improved in terms of infrastructure in schools and everything, but we believe that there is a lot that must be done, because there are learners who continue learning under trees. there are learners who do not have proper resources in their schools. So we're saying that the government must stop subsidizing private schools, but should rather take that money that is used to subsidize private schools and use it in developing the infrastructure of public schools. So that there is a lot that the government must do. There are learners who are sitting 5-5 in desk. There are learners who are sharing textbooks 5-5. It becomes hard for you to study because the other learner lives very far from your house.
Yeah.
So it becomes very hard for us to study. And as COSAS, we have been saying that we want one learner, one tablet, so that it can be easy for us to learn through tablets. But the Gauteng Department of Education decided to give us tablets that do not have access to internet, that do not have access to textbooks. So those tablets do not assist us in any ways, but are disturbing us in our studies. So we're saying that we want tablets that will have textbooks. We're saying that we want tablets that will have access to internet so that we can be able to research and write our assignments.
Tyson, you are in Limpopo. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Teddy.
Hello?
Yes, how are you?
I'm well. Thanks for the call, Tyson.
Thank you very much. Greetings to the guests in studio there also. You know, let me open with, like, this is just, it's unfortunate that this happens, but then you find that some of these students, or these learners, let me say, who actually went to a hands down, in which they were tearing away their clothes and boozing, as your guest is saying there, you find that they actually are the people who have to come and retrieve their grade 12. So it then becomes like very unfortunate that you destroy your school uniform and now you need to go and retrieve a subject or two.
Yes.
And then let me go on to say that, you know, today I saw this other picture on social media going around saying that some students from this other particular school actually came with their uniform as parcel for their last examination, such that there were donations to say that, okay, if I'm done, then here is a donation for those who are coming, those who are less fortunate. I believe that if, as COSAS, we can push for that, because really the idea of saying that we can then try to combat, as you said, where are we going to start? Because it is not necessarily on hands down that these young people are consuming alcohol. It happens all through yellow. So what we can do is to try to instill a culture. It is a tradition. We cannot just overnight change it. We then need to come up to say that, how can we change this culture? How can we change this tradition? So if as COSAS they can start advocating for that, let's not fight them, but then let's show them another way.
Okay,
so,
Tyson.
Young people who need the guidance, so to say.
Tyson, thank you very much for that call there. We're going to take a quick break now. When we return, we'll continue with this discussion. 089-110-4210 is the number to dial. Please don't go away.
Could I get an alcohol-free beer, please?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, but make it a castle-free.
Castle free. 0% alcohol. 100% Castle.
It takes patience and the finest ingredients to craft a milk stout of superior quality that is made to be savored by the most refined palate. Castle Milk Stout. Savor your richness.
Let's go, Eugene. You got this, man. Let's go, buddy. You're safe. Let's go now. Jump.
2 weeks earlier.
What do you guys do?
We do IT.
IT.
Yeah.
That's great.
Share a castle, make some new friends.
Finally, getting the click in Xhosa right. Mowing the lawn without mowing the cable. machine gives you all your socks back.
With so many good deals at the Tops at Spa Subfest, you'll find any reason to celebrate. Get this case of 24 Lion Lager 500ml cans for only $199.99. Only at the Tops at Spa Subfest.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. My guest today is Penwell Maduna. He's the leader of COSAS here in Gauteng, Johannesburg. Nomsa, you are in Bronkhorstspruit. Welcome.
Yes, thank you, Paul.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment.
Go ahead.
One really appreciates what the leader of COSAS says.
Yes.
And also what as COSAS they expect government to do.
Yeah.
But I think in all what he has said, he has not been able to say what will be the role of COSAS in ensuring that as peers, how do they influence one another? Because I'm certain all these wrong things that have happened are not done by all of them.
Yes.
And we are expecting them to influence the others in the correct direction. So I just want him also to unpack what is the role of COSAS, what are the issues that they discuss when they have meetings, because I believe those are the places where they have to discuss such things. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much, Sister Nomsa, there in Bronkhorstspruit.
Now, the role of COSAS in addressing social ills that are done by young people, especially learners. We are working with different government departments and also the Community Policing Forum to ensure that the alcohol is not consumed by young people. And we are also lobbying young people to stay away from pens down parties. Even now, when we are approaching towards the end of year, when we will be receiving our reports, we are warning young people to stay away from alcohol abuse, and we'll be visiting schools, informing young people that you must not do pens down because you are supposed to use that pen to apply for job opportunities and for tertiary institutions.
Yes. Now, well, the results are going to be released, and as COSAS, you've come out very strongly saying you don't want those results published in newspapers.
Yes, because we're saying that the publication of matric results is a violation to our privacy. The government gives performance scores to its officials, but we have never seen those performance scores being published in newspapers or any other public platform. So we're saying that those results belong to us, they are personal and they are private. So we must be the ones who must receive those results before the entire country even receive them. Because knowing that your matric results will be published in a newspaper affects your self-confidence in a negative way. That's why you have seen many learners committing suicide, because you find that your peers asking you, we expected you to pass matric, what went wrong? Before you even know that, you failed or you passed.
Yeah.
And we're also saying that from grade 1 to grade 12, we receive our matric results from our teachers who have been with us throughout the year, and are able to counsel us and are able to tell us that failing a grade is not the end of the world, are able to tell us what we must do next. But in grade 12, we are supposed to receive our matric results from tellers and garages. In fact, we are supposed to buy our own results. So we are saying that the decision by the Department of Education to continuously give our matric results to media companies must end. And we are saying that we are going to boycott any newspaper that is going to publish our matric results.
Oh, okay. You boycotting only?
No, we are also going to ban any newspaper that is going to print our matric results, and we are also going to stop
which ban? Let's be clear. Ban as in BAN or BURN?
BURN. We are banning our results. We are not banning their newspaper. We are banning our results that are in that newspaper.
So you're going to ban the newspaper before it's offloaded from the truck or after it has been offloaded?
After it has been offloaded, we are not banning the newspaper, we are banning our results in the newspaper.
Vusi, you are in Bushbuck Ridge.
Yes, Mr. Teddy, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for the call.
Oh, thanks a lot. First time to come in your show.
Oh, welcome indeed.
All right, yes, the gentleman is saying gonna ban. You know what, firstly, I was not going to talk about the banning, but hey, let's think about the environment first. because we're doing a lot of banning unnecessary these days.
Yeah.
Okay. My point is, I hear them saying about the parties that their students are holding.
Parties,
yes. Okay. I hear them saying about government has to step in and this and that. I hear that and I support that. But where is the community? What is the community doing about that? Where are these children getting them? Obviously, they're not working.
Yes.
Parents are giving them money or wherever they're getting it. And then another thing, where are they having these parties? For sure, they're having these parties in the community as well. We see them. What are we doing about it? We're waiting for the government to do something about that as well. I think we should, all of us, contribute, do something. We mustn't wait for the government. When it's going to happen, we don't know. It's going to take 10 years, 20 years. So, yeah, COSAS as well need to take a stand, do something about these things, not to say, okay, government this, government that. We as community as well need to step in, do something about it as well. We must stop just expecting government to do everything, and we just step aside. We won't win anything.
Thank you very much for the call, Vuside. Your response to that?
No, we're saying that as COSAS, we're not just saying that the government must work to stop these pens down parties, but also we are calling all community members to join us and assist us in making sure that these pens down parties, they don't take place, and also to encourage learners to donate their school uniform. But again, the problem starts. Vusa asked a very important question: where do learners take the money because they do not work? The problem starts with schools, because they are saying that they'll be doing matric dances, and in those matric dances, learners are allowed to bring alcohol. So we're saying that instead of matric dance, we're supposed to have award ceremonies whereby they are going to reward learners who work hard. That is going to motivate other learners to continue working hard, instead of having a matric dance whereby you are supposed to come with your partner and drink alcohol.
Which COSAS are you? I mean, you speaking a different language altogether from what we are accustomed to.
No, we are the Congress of South African Students, a generation that has declared academic excellence as our generational clarion call, and we are going to work hard to ensure that we achieve academic excellence.
What are the lessons I would say that should be learned from the case of Michael Komape in Limpopo?
No, the case of Michael Komape is a problem because the Department of Education does not have a representative council of learners directly in the office of the minister, directly in the office of the MEC. So learners are not able to raise their concerns about school infrastructure. That's why we find cases like this one. And again, we repeat that the money that is used to subsidize private schools must be taken to public schools. In fact, we are saying that we no longer want the dual education system of private schools and public schools, because it gives the children of the rich minority an unfair advantage to achieve academic excellence, because they have all the necessary resources that they need. They have smartboards, they have tablets, they have enough furniture. But learners from public schools, they do not have enough furniture, they do not have proper infrastructure, but we are supposed to compete or produce the same results with those learners who have all the resources. So we're saying that we want a uniform education system whereby all learners are going to attend public schools. The daughter or son of Njimu Tsecha must attend a school where they stay, a public school, so that Minister Njimu Tsecha can see that there are problems within the Department of Education schools. Because it does not make sense that you are leading a system but you do not believe in that system.
Suppose, I mean, some of the learners obviously are going to pass, but they're going to be faced with the challenges of fees when it comes to tertiary institutions or tertiary education.
No, we welcome the recommendation by the Fees Commission that they are going to scrap registration fees and application fees, because even if you can get as many bursaries as possible, but there is no bursary that is going to pay for registration fee or application fee, and those registration fees and application fees are very expensive for a learner in Diepsloot, in Orange Farm or any other township to afford. But also we are saying that we want a free tertiary education. A lot of money was spent in that commission, but that commission does not say anything. It talks about trapping young people into debts, Imagine graduating from a tertiary institution, having a negative balance in your bank account. You are supposed to work so that you can pay the debt that you have created so that you can learn. So I'm saying free tertiary education for all learners who are currently attending public schools. Free tertiary education for all beneficiaries of social grant, because you cannot receive social grant from the age from a young age until 21, but at the age of 21 you are expected to afford a tertiary education. It's not possible. So I'm saying that a free tertiary education now, and in January when tertiary institutions open, we cannot continue as if it's normal, whereby it's not normal. Those who have money are going to be attending school. But again, we are going to produce young people who are unemployed. So I'm saying that a free education must be free, and free education must be free now. And we are also calling on our sister organization, which is the South African Student Congress, to join us in establishing our own fees commission, because that fees commission did not do anything to assist young people. So I'm saying that we are going to establish our fees commission, and we are going to give our recommendations to the president of the country to say these are our recommendations. And if they fail to do what we have recommended, we are going to mobilize all young people and make sure that nothing is going to function until education is free.
When is your fees commission being launched?
No, we are launching a fees commission on the 8th of January. And noting the fact that in 2019, there will be national government elections. Yeah. So we want to tell the current government, which is the African National Congress, that if they fail to implement free tertiary education, we are not going to vote for the ANC come 2019 and 2021 elections. So we're saying that the ANC can not only love us during elections and promise us free tertiary education, but after winning elections, they say free education is not feasible.
Penal Maduna, thank you very much for making time to talk to us here on Question Time. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Well, that was Penal Maduna, the younger one. And that was Question Time for today. I have a thought.